2020 has been a hell of a year, and I think I mean that in a more literal sense than usual. It has also, without a doubt, been the most important year of my life, whether I like it or not. Chronophobia is the fear of time. Those with the fear of time fear its passing and stress about how much of it they have left. They also stress about what the future brings, because the future is a strange, foggy, and scary place. You'll be trekking through it, and you'll think you'll have everything you need to deal with any situation, and all of a sudden, something comes out of nowhere that you never could have seen coming and ruins everything. I think I've had chronophobia for a while, but the year 2020 and everything it had to bring has made it a lot worse. You see, here's the thing. 2020 was the year I graduated high school. I was very lazy during my first 3 years of high school, so in my senior year, I knew I had to step up my game. I got into more academic stuff that would help me become more of what I wanted to do in college. It seems my thing is writing. It's one of the things I feel particularly good about, to the point where I wouldn't mind doing it to pay the bills. So I took a couple of different things that would help me pursue a career in writing. I took AP Literature, a class where we learn how to really analyze literature and take it apart and figure out the deeper meanings of a piece of writing. I joined the school newspaper, and I took a creative writing class in the first semester and a short story class in the second semester. I also did some things that I wasn't so good at, but I kind of liked doing, like theater and art, and after a while, I was really starting to feel like I was ready for college. I was even improving my social life, gaining a few new friends, and finding it easier to talk to girls, since oftentimes I was the only guy on the school newspaper staff, which would include the teacher. There was one other boy there, but he hardly ever showed up. By the end of 2019, I was getting kind of excited for the future. There was a trip to New York that I was going to take in March that I was really looking forward to. I was going to go to college and have my first experiences living away from my parents for a particularly long time, and I was going to have all the experiences that come with the first year of one's young adult life. It was all a little scary, but exciting, you know? Then the coronavirus came along. That trip to New York got canceled. School went online only for the foreseeable future. It made me unsure what the hell to do, to be honest. I didn't want to go to college under these conditions anymore. I thought about doing a couple years in community college before then moving on to a university, but I didn't really want to do that either. I didn't really know what to do anymore. Something about being made to stay home the very week I was supposed to go to the greatest city in the world really affected me, I think. Another thing is that I had this job at the local amusement park that I'd been working at seasonally since I was 15. The first time I ever mentioned it was over 2 years ago, on like the second video I was ever proud of, in my video breaking down what I thought of the NPC meme. Usually it opens around mid to late April, but this year it was obviously delayed till mid-June. When the place opened again, a lot of the processes of working there were different to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But it was kind of refreshing to get an excuse to get out of the house, go back to see all the friends that I know have been working there, and make new friends with the new people. A lot of the actual work there isn't particularly fun. It's the weirdos that I worked with that made it fun. I actually have a video of me and a few coworkers goofing off for about an hour straight on the 4th episode of my short-lived series Pandemicast, which, I might get back to if I can find some more guests to talk with. On top of that, I got promoted, so for a while things were looking up. I didn't really know what I was going to do about college, but for now, or for then at least, I could enjoy my summer and have a job that pays decently and maintain a good social life. But of course, that didn't last very long, because for one, the amusement park closed much earlier than usual in September, and for two, the grant I was gonna use to go to community college for a while just kind of decided to stop existing. So now I had no job and no viable options for school. So I decided to take a gap year, apply to a few places to work, and ended up at Wendy's. So, Wendy's. It wasn't really the work that was terrible. It was just I don't know how to describe it. I was surrounded mostly by people in their mid to late 20s and older, since I was doing closing shifts. And most of the people doing openings and mid shifts were high schoolers. Something about working there gave me this horrible feeling that I was going to be stuck there if I didn't get out. Something about it made me feel that if I didn't get a move on or something, I'd end up spending the majority of my adult life putting together 4-for-4s, making sandwiches, and washing dishes. It felt like if I stayed there, the only life opportunities ahead of me were just finding new places where I could accidentally burn myself. That was what was terrible. I ended up working there for about 2 months, from the beginning of October right up till the end of November. After that, I got out. I wanted to find a job where A, I would like the work, B, it'd pay either equal to or greater than what I was getting at Wendy's and the amusement park, and or C, I could find good friends that I could become close to. I then applied for Sam's Club as a merchandise and stocking associate. It seemed like a similar job to what I was doing at the amusement park, so the thought process was, maybe I'll find the same sorts of people there to hang out with. I didn't. Everyone there seems to just know each other, and no one there seems to want to speak to me beyond small talk or just general stuff. They're all so normal. I feel like an alien around them. This is gonna sound pathetic, but I'm actually scared to tell anyone that I like anime and manga and comic books, or that I make YouTube videos, or I've got a webcomic in the works that I'll have to make a formal announcement about later. But, well, there are some things happening. I am slowly starting to get acquainted with these people, and one of the guys wore a Naruto t-shirt the other day, so at least I can talk to him about, And also we're getting a raise to $15 an hour, which is kind of great. So now I can start saving up to move into my own house or something, It seems like things could be looking up in 2021, but I don't know. Everything that happened in 2020 has gotten me unsure if I should ever really look forward to the future anymore. Going into the year, I thought that the future was really in my hands. And now coming out the year, not a single thing I thought I had control of actually went according to plan. So it's hard to be optimistic about what 2021 brings. Like, maybe 2021 could be the year that I actually start living away from my parents, get my own house or apartment or something. Maybe it's the year I get 1,000 subscribers, or maybe even properly blow up. Maybe it's the year I get shot by a police officer for no reason. Maybe it's the year COVID gets worse and Americans just go extinct. It's impossible to know. And the impossibility of knowing is scary. But what other choice do I have than to keep living? I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my friend, who has also without a doubt had a much worse 2020 than I have, because he is now homeless. Please consider donating to his GoFundMe, even if it's just $1 or $2, it helps. Link in the description. And of course, I gain no money from any of this. I gain nothing, so just help out my friend.